Chihuahua is staring at me. You want to come say hi, Journey? Come here. Come here. Come here. Journey. Come here. Okay, come here. You can say hi. Say hi to everybody. He's my little fat rotund Chihuahua. This is Journey. I've had him for quite a while now. Journey says hi. I don't really. He's starved for attention. Yes, he is. Okay. Anyways, today is week 2 of the Crafty Basket Challenge on the Facebook page Scraptastic Inspiration, I want to say. Okay. Scraptastic Inspiration Facebook page, week 2, and so the letters this week are F, G, H, I, and J. I had the letter J. I chose July. And then the rest of the letters were F was fish, A, B, C, D, E, F, G was grass, I was ice cream, and H was hearts, and J was July. So we're going to try to put a layout together with all 5 of those on there. Fish, grass, hearts, ice cream, and July. I'm thinking a summer theme here. Okay, I've already got my, I cut out the middle to save some cardstock, and I've got my white cardstock. This is the 12 by 12 frame, and I got my white cardstock cut out at 11.5 by 11.5. So we're just going to put that over the top there and try to get it glued down. And then we're going to work on the rest of the layout. Okay, so I'm using my Zig glue pen to get the white cardstock glued onto the background. And I had troubles getting it straight, so I turned it upside down and put it on that way, and that way seemed to work a little bit easier. Yeah, so this isn't easy. I don't like doing this so much. So I don't usually do that where I cut the middle out and then have to lay it down because I think it's difficult. Anyways, so we had to add a fish. So what I'm planning on doing kind of like a grid layout. So I had this fish cardstock. I can't remember the paper packet, so I was going to lay that there. I'm going to do a little scenery on here. I have this heart paper for the hearts. And I have some 4th of July paper. So I was going to do something like this. I have a 4th of July picture, which I was going to put over here. And then I have a fun, like this, we were at the zoo over Memorial Day, and so I was going to put that on a heart, because that was a really fun day. And then I have this little picture of the puppies. They were born, I want to say back like 2015, 2016 maybe, and those were the puppies we had, born on July 13th of that year. So I was going to put that down, and then there was one other picture. That I am missing. Right. And this was our little diva fish that we had. We called her Diva because she was wearing eyeshadow. So we're going to put her over here with the fish. So there. We have fish, we have hearts, we have 4th of July. All we need is grass and ice cream, but I have an idea. So let's get going with laying everything down and matting everything, and then we're going to do some stamping, and I'm using these stamps. I'm going to do a scenery with this In the Meadow Stampin' Up set. This is, I don't have the year on it. Okay, and then this was MayMay's Stamp of the Month that we just got. I just got this in the mail yesterday, so I'm going to use the ice cream cone. Came at a perfect time. And I'm going to use this stamp by Concord in 9th, because I want the like the rays here. So that's my plan. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I used the Concord in 9th, and I used the shim from my electronic big shot to lay this stamp down, and then I get all my layers down. I like the back side of that patriotic paper, but I needed to cut out some elements first before I used any to map my photos with. So I cut out a few of the designs, and then I cut out my mat. And then I cut it too small. Well, I had to go back and recut it, I think. So I got it matted, and I'm laying it down. And then I find my, I'm kind of going square by square. So, I got most of the embellishments down for the 4th of July one, and I used, remember those old Close to My Heart stamp sets that were for the month? They had one for every month. Yeah, I bought the whole set of them. I still really like them. That was a few years back. So I'm cutting out another mat for the fish picture. And I think I got most of the stuff done for the hearts square. Yeah, I got a little bit behind on my videoing, but on the filming, but so I'm laying down the fish, and I noticed I went and laid my fish paper upside down. I don't think I've noticed it yet though, but yeah, I laid it upside down. There's no going back to fixing it. It's just gonna have to do. Yeah, that's what scrapbooking is all about, right? Make it do. And I run out of my tape runner, so I grabbed my Zig glue pen because I didn't really want to go hunting for another one right then and there. Of course, it always happens. Murphy's Law in scrapbooking. When you're in the middle of a video, you're going to run out of your tape runner. So I'm using these puffy stickers that I really like, and I'm going to use the fish. And I think I use Making Waves or something. It says Making Waves. Really cute. I like the set. I have a hard time getting it open and getting the stamps pulled out. Of course. So I'm trying to think where to lay the fish, and that's when I noticed, yeah, I got my paper upside down. Well, it is what it is, right? I think it's funny. So laying down a few of the puffy stickers to embellish the fish photo. So when we moved into our house, it would be like 2 years in October this year, we had to stay at the motel one night. We had to move both of our fish. So Diva rode in one of the old Dory coffee pots that we had. It was like a toy. Well, we put her in that, and we moved her in that. And she unfortunately did not survive the trip. The next morning I woke up, and she had gone off to fishy heaven. She crossed the Rainbow Bridge. And we had to give her a burial at sea, but she was like one of my favorite fish, and she was so cute because her eyes were like really black, and it looked like she was wearing really dark eyeshadow. And we called her Diva Fish. She could have been a boy, I don't know, but she was a good little fish. So, yes, so we kind of wanted to do a little remembrance of her. That's why I put her down there. So I'm now going to take my white cardstock and stamp up the ice cream cone. This is from the MayMay Stamp of the Month stamp set, which I just got in the mail like the day before I made the scrapbook layout. And came at a perfect time. I was like, ice cream! I needed an ice cream stamp. And I didn't have to dig through all my stamp sets to go find one. So this is a pretty cool stamp set. I like all the sayings and stuff on it. So I've been with MayMay Stamp of the Month Club now for quite a while. So, and I have not met a stamp set I haven't liked from her. So they're all really good. So I like the saying up there, I love Sundays with you. So I'm also using, I think I'm using crumb cake for the cone. And I used early espresso. These are stamp inks from Stampin' Up. And I used early espresso to make chocolate ice cream on the top. And I used lovely lipstick for the sprinkles. Yeah, pretty cool. Yep, there's the early espresso. So I really like the new ink pads by Stampin' Up. They're very juicy. They're very, they work really good. So I'm pulling off the ice cream top. I'm putting it on the block. I always try to wipe my stamps off with the Stampin' Up cleaner, and my favorite is the Close to My Heart stamp brush. That's my favorite. I guess Stampin' Up has some kind of a new product for cleaning your stamps, but I haven't tried it yet. So I always go back to my Close to My Heart stamp brush. So, yep, that's one thing about Close to My Heart that I like, is their stamp brush. So there's the ice cream, and I pull out the lovely lipstick to stamp some sprinkles on top of it. So there's the Stampin', the cleaner spray that I use. I put my stamp back, because if I don't do this, if I don't clean off my stamp, and if I don't put it back, I will lose it. That always happens. So I'm trying to find my lovely lipstick, which is, I've made a mess now of my desk, going through all my piles. You can see my inks are all spread out. Yeah, I'm a mess. It's like my desk explodes when I'm working on something. But I'll get it cleaned up. So I stamp it a couple times, because I like lots of sprinkles on my ice cream. Lots of pink sprinkles on my ice cream cone. So I fussy cut it out. Fussy cutting. I don't mind fussy cutting. I think fussy cutting is kind of relaxing. Who else likes fussy cutting? Leave me a comment in the sections below if you don't mind fussy cutting. Or if you hate it. Either way, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about fussy cutting. Or would you rather die cut it and use like a Cricut or Silhouette? So I decided I'm going to pop it up with some, I have some of the mini foam dots from Stampin' Up. Of course, Stampin' Up. I also used, I forgot what, I think, oh, it's the 4th of July Close to My Heart stamp set that also had the word family in it, on it. So I used that too to stamp family on the heart embellishment, I guess. So then I decide where I'm going to lay it. I think right across the heart. That looks good. So it was a good day for ice cream. We did get our ice cream too at the zoo, after they tried to close it down because of all the rain, which never showed up. Non-existent rain. Non-existent rainstorm. It is what it is. So now I am doing my little scenery picture that I wanted to stamp with the grass. And I'm using the Stampin' Up set called In the Meadow, which I think was retired. I'm pretty sure it's retired. Didn't look familiar. So I do not know why. So I stamped the deer too, and I cut it out, and I should have done a masking technique on this, but I forgot all about how to do it. I could have left it just like that. I think it would have been pretty, but I really liked the deer, adding the deer. But then I just like, I didn't want to cut out all that white paper in the middle because then I would have tore it or something. But I didn't like all that white space. So I'm coloring in the flowers and with blueberry bushel, some kind of yellow, I forget what the yellow is called, and I think lovely lipstick markers. And I think I do go back and stamp. So I matted the middle picture, put down my title, which is Summer in Summer, and that